Yes.
Say that louder.
Being able to be vulnerable is attractive.
It's very attractive.
It is very attractive. You just have to know that the space you're in is going to allow you to do that. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on Dating Today, a conversation about modern dating issues. My name is Brock Olson. I'm your host. I'm a dating coach located here in Chattanooga. I have my good friend Gabriella and Tag joining me for today's episode. And today, we're going to be talking about communication expectations.
Add it up.
Guys, thanks so much for joining on today's episode. This is something I've been wanting to have you on for a little while. So thank you so much for carving out some of your busy schedule to join.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. Tag, thank you for remembering to join. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. This guy's super busy too. I wanted you both on today's episode because both of you guys follow me on Facebook. Got a lot of people that follow, a lot of people watching actually right now. And there's a question that I pose often, which is usually to the ladies. I say, ladies, what is something that you want guys to do better? Or what is something a guy could do better in a relationship? Most of the time, the answer is communication. That is a common theme, is how can men communicate better? Like, that's what women are really wanting. And I see this, like, so often. I'm just like, are men really that bad at communicating? Because Tag, you and we don't have any issues communicating. I don't get it. What is it that the ladies are having a problem with? Like, I don't see the issue. Gabriella over here, she's rolling her eyes already. She's like, no. There's a completely different standard of communication. And I agree. Yeah, there totally is. But when women say that they want their man to communicate better, Gabriella, what does that mean?
That means that they want their men to understand them better.
They want their men to understand them.
Yeah.
So this isn't about a man communicating what he's thinking or needing or wanting. It's his listening ability. That's kind of what I just heard.
Yeah,
now maybe we're
definitely
miscommunicating. I don't know. Is that kind of like what we're saying or seeing? Is it an understanding? Is that what that word communication means? Like, we need to be able to understand each other? Like,
yes.
Yeah?
So it's kind of like, we can't, I know neither of us can read each other's minds.
Sure.
Of course. But it seems like women seem a little bit more in touch with how they're feeling when they're feeling it. Mm-hmm. They understand the words, the articulation of it. Mm-hmm. And I don't think most of the time that men have that skill. It's a skill. It's something they're taught. And I don't think men are taught it. Boys are not taught it. At least in this generation. Mm-hmm. I'm sure going forward, I'm hoping that it's different. But
definitely in the past. In the past.
Absolutely.
I would say not only was it not taught, it was discouraged.
It was discouraged, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So it's more about, I don't think guys really know what they're feeling when they're feeling it too. So that's another thing. It's like not understanding or acknowledging mm-hmm. or just even like, hey, I'm feeling, they don't even say, hey, I'm feeling something.
Right.
And then
we get quiet. Then that's us saying, I'm feeling something.
Hi, I'm shutting down.
Right. I'm going into processing mode.
I'm feeling things. I need to shut down because I'm not supposed to feel things. So I need to leave and have some alone time. And then I'll come back and I'll be normal again. Yeah. Instead of saying, hey, I'm feeling very vulnerable right now. Mm-hmm. Hey, I am feeling very angry. It's just, there's a different tactic there. So, I don't know. It's less verbal and it's more of an internal thing. And it's like a big shutting down. And I've definitely experienced that before. And it's so hurtful.
Especially if you're in a relationship, like a romantic relationship with somebody, and your partner shuts down when you need them to be able to communicate the most. It's like, really tell me how you're feeling. Really, like, what's going on? Why are you being quiet? Because that's got to drive women. It does. It drives women crazy.
I went to therapy over this in a previous partnership because, something would happen. Probably some shit I did. Mm-hmm. And my ex-partner would just shut down completely and say, I just need nothing right now. And I'm not going to say anything to you. And it would be a day. It could be hours. Like, It could be 2 days. And
I resonate with that. That's so messed up that I can really
hurtful.
resonate. I know.
It was so hurtful because for me, A, I'm extroverted. B, I'm very direct. Very direct. So, and I like to get it over with. Like,
sure.
What's wrong? Let me fix it if I can. Why? Don't ruminate.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about the implosiveness of that, of it going back into them. And
sure.
it just recycling and it just getting bigger and bigger and bigger until they just want to, like, either hurt someone else, but most often hurt themselves.
Do you think, and Tag, tell me what you think, do you think men hold a bit of an upper hand by not letting the people around them know what they're thinking? By being able to be a little bit more stoic, like, composed in a moment when maybe they might be angry or emotional, like by not sharing their emotions, kind of just keeping it to themselves?
Yeah, I mean, so much of I was like, I've got so many things I want to say off of what you said. Like, I need to take notes.
Sure.
So first of all, yes, men are taught that we're allowed to have two emotions. Like, we're allowed to be angry and we're allowed to be horny. That's it. Like, those are really the only two, like, broadly accepted emotions that, because men are supposed to be aggressive, so we're allowed to be angry and obviously we're allowed to be horny. And that's it. Like, those are the two broadly accepted, expected emotions that men have. So anything outside of that, there is, like, you grow up with a societal pressure to suppress it. Always. If somebody sees even happiness.
Sure.
A lot of men feel guilt for feeling happy. There's a lot of really deep psychological reasons for that. But that's the first part is we're taught from a very young age, the emotions that you have, suppress it. I mean, the first time a little boy cries, scuffing his knee at a baseball field, he's taught, don't do that. Like, don't cry.
Suck it up.
Suck it up. The first time a girl breaks his heart, his buddies are like, whatever, like, it's no big deal. Like, there's no support. There's no space for a man to feel comfortable with those emotions growing up. So that's part A. So every emotionally available man, period, has gone through a season where you have gone through shit and you've had to figure out how to do that. There isn't, I'm telling you, if you have an emotionally available man in your life, he's been through some shit. Because he's had to figure out how to process those emotions. So I call it walking with a limp. Like, if you meet a guy that's good at that, he's walking with a limp because he's been through it. So that's kind of one part of it. The other part is the expectation to be able to communicate non-verbally in a way that's expected from your partner. So 80% of communication is nonverbal. Men and women, I mean, look at the difference between just the way we're sitting right now and the way we communicate, like, just the way we're talking. Like, we have different mannerisms, like, we communicate differently. And so especially when we're kind of crossing from masculine to feminine, like, our body language is just going to be different.
Completely.
Like, if I have a bad day at work, do you know how how that's going to come across with my body language? Like, it's going to come around in a masculine way. Like, I'm ready to go to war.
For sure.
Like, I'm pumped up. Like, I'm fired up. Whereas, like, a more feminine would probably be a little more suppressed. So we have this issue with, and we all have expectations, right? When we get into a conversation, we're expecting the other person to behave in a specific way. That's completely normal. We actually can't not do that. Like, whenever you ask somebody a question, you're automatically thinking about their answer. It's impossible not to.
For sure. You have some level of anticipation. For sure.
So almost never do we just expect whatever to happen. Like, we're always expecting some sort of a response. Like, we have that response already playing in our head. And whenever they don't communicate that way, it feels like they're doing what? They're lying.
Oh, lying.
They're either lying, they're not listening, they're hiding something.
Because it's not congruent with what you're going through in your mind.
And that's not a bad thing. That's not a masculine or feminine thing. That is, everybody's doing that all the time. So when I feel, like a friend of mine, is really quiet for some reason, and I feel like I know why they're quiet. I've already figured it out in my head. We all do that. Why they're being quiet. And when I ask them, when they don't respond the way I expect them to, they're hiding something. They're lying about it. What are they lying about? What are they hiding? What are those things? So my natural, like, psychological tendency is to be suspicious. if they don't communicate the way I expect them to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that answered it. I might just rambled on.
No, you're good. So so when you're in a romantic relationship, say you were married,
mm-hmm.
if you had a really bad day at work, you came home, would you verbally communicate you had a really bad day at work, or would you be a little bit more quiet? You really wouldn't say like, so-and-so said this, I did this, can you believe this? But because I feel like if Diana has a bad day at work, I know. I don't know if Diana is aware of any bad days that I have, because I very rarely tell her. Because one, men will seek out that conversation if they're looking for advice. Women will do it just so they can be heard.
Mm-hmm.
There's two different processing mechanisms.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So if a guy is coming, if I came to you and I told you about my day, I'm looking for advice. Which is why women often get mad at guys for trying to fix their problems when they're venting. They're like, I just want you to listen. I don't need a solution. End quote.
We don't.
They do not want us fixing their problems. No, just listen.
We do not want to fix. No.
But that's part of our. Hold on a second. We got the fire department probably going to zip by doing. No, that might have been it. Okay, that's it. So yeah, when a woman has a grievance and she wants to communicate it to her guy, maybe it's in the relationship, she's quite capable because she's well versed and she's practiced how to express herself with something that's not going very well. And if a guy has a grievance in the relationship, he rarely brings it to the table. Rarely. He just gets more and more quiet and more withdrawn, right? More and more withdrawn, not as connected, and before you know it, there's this huge void between the two of you. So the question today is, ladies, what can you do to promote a space that a man feels emotionally safe to communicate how he's feeling? It's a tough one.
What can we do?
Yeah, what can women do to make a man feel safe in moments when he should be able to communicate? Because that's one of the best, I had two guys sitting here talking about how they knew their partner was the one. And I'm not going to say the guy's name because I don't know if he'd want to. You just have to watch the episode. But he said the one thing that made him choose her was the fact that she made him feel more safe than he's ever felt in his life on every single level. And that was even communicative, that he could say anything that he needed, no matter how vulnerable, and he felt safe. He said he had never felt that, not in a relationship, in his fucking life. And that's how he knew she was the one. That's how. So what can women do to help create and nurture that space? Because women, your natural thing is nurturing. Like we, as guys, we watch it. It's the most beautiful thing, like, to witness. So how can women do that a little bit better in the relationship? How can they nurture that space for emotional safety for a man?
I think that's directed at me.
Sure. I mean, yeah, sure.
First of all, I use my intuition.
Okay.
Whether you guys say it or not, I will say for myself personally, I know when something's not right.
Sure.
It's like...
Most women, most women pick up on it.
It's very obvious to me, and I think one of the best things you can do, or the thing that I've found really helpful, is like finding a moment to really look into your partner's eyes and say, you're safe here and I've got you. Like, that's it. Like, you're safe, I've got you, and this is, you can say anything you need to me. It's not going to leave this room. I think that's a big part of it, because I think men feel a lot of shame about feeling vulnerable. Of course. And feeling sad or not good enough, or just whatever. All the, women, we're taught to never hide our emotions. And so it's really easy for us.
Because you have no true repercussions.
Right.
If a man shows his vulnerability or emotions in public, it biologically, evolutionarily, it could have been the end of your life.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. So with creating a safe space, I think simplicity works. It's just really acknowledging, hey, I know you can't say these things out everywhere.
Sure.
But you can say them to me. And I promise you, I'm not even going to tell my best friend any of this because I tell her everything.
Nailed my next thing. Oh, God.
I tell her everything. So, and I actually said that to my partner right now. I said, everything you said to me tonight, actually at the end of the night, he shared some very vulnerable things with me, and I looked in his eyes and I said, none of this will leave this conversation or this room.
God, that is so powerful. Conversations I've had with Diana, I said, you don't ever say any of the things that we speak about with your family or friends. And she's like, no, I don't. I was like, no. That wasn't a question. You don't do that. If you violate that silent agreement, now it's a verbal agreement, I will not be able to open up to you ever again. If I know that you're, I know, girls like to go to brunch and chit-chat and do, and that's fine. But if your guy finds out that you're violating that trust between the two of you for the sake of gossip or the sake of whatever, you are messing up so bad. I can't, if he finds out, oh my gosh, there's no coming back from that. There really isn't.
Yeah.
I will not open up to you ever again if that happens. Tag, have you ever experienced anything like that where you confided and then it was just out there for everybody?
No, actually I haven't. I'm a pretty transparent and vulnerable person. So even within, there's very few exceptions of what me and a partner would have that I wouldn't feel comfortable with most people knowing.
Sure.
So no, that hasn't necessarily been the case. For me, I have, as you were talking, and if it's okay, let me get really vulnerable for a minute.
It is.
This was, what we're talking about was actually a very, and it is in pretty much every divorce that's ever happened. Every divorce that's ever happened mostly broke down because of a communication issue. And mine broke down because of my own insecurity around being a provider.
Sure.
And we've mentioned it you've said a few times, he comes from work and he's just really quiet. You've said that a few times. This is something that we need to talk about more often because men have a very, we're very insecure about the fact that we have a kind of an innate biological desire to be a provider.
100%.
We just do. And for most men, coming home and saying, I had a hard day at work, our brains think that our partner is immediately going to say, oh, well, shit, you're not going to be able to provide for me anymore. So that's actually...
you're floundering here. Yeah.
So men automatically will put up a boundary instead of saying, shit's hard at work.
Yeah.
I haven't met my sales goal in
That's not
3
taught.
quarters.
That is innate.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah. So I haven't met my sales goal in 3 months. Or for me, it was, hey, my business is fucking falling apart.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do next.
I don't know what I'm going to do. And for me, I couldn't say that to my wife. Absolutely not. I didn't, for 2 reasons. And this, actually 1 reason, because it's not her fault at all.
Sure.
I couldn't summon the courage to be able to tell her that things were bad because I was afraid she was going to leave me. Because I thought, if she thinks I can't provide for her, she's going to take the kids and go. So,
and this is a very real fear, by the way.
Yes.
Most men share this exact fear. I didn't even have kids. I thought the exact same thing.
Yeah. I can't share with my, I'm providing for her. My ex was she was a stay-at-home mom, and she was a stay-at-home mom for all of our marriage. So she didn't have any marketable skills. I was it for her. So I couldn't tell her that things were bad. I just couldn't. And so that was a huge wedge that happened in our marriage and was a big part of why things didn't work out in the long run.
So when women say that they want their men to communicate, you would have liked the space to have been able to say that?
I would have loved
for her
to have
to have been harsh, negative repercussions?
Yeah. I would have loved for her, when she kept asking me how things were going, every time I said they're fine, to look me in the eye and say, hey, even if they're not, we're good.
That reassurance. Damn, there it is.
That's so good.
Like, we're good.
Damn, that was it. That was it right there. That even if a man vocalizes his concerns, his fears, you're still good.
We're still good.
That is, I think that in the relationship is so important to understand, because most men, I'd say 95% of the men watching this, that will watch this, that are live, do not feel that secure in their relationship. I guarantee it.
Oh, 100%.
I guarantee
yeah.
it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I am now.
Yeah.
Like, now it's a requirement for me. Like,
Sure.
it's not a...
Sure.
But now I've healed, and I've learned that about myself, and I know that I need, like, I have to have that from somebody.
Yeah, because being secure in your ability to provide, it shows strength, it shows consistency, it shows competence, and men fear that if a woman sniffs incompetence, insecurity, and inability to do the thing that we just said is innate, that we want to be able to provide, if you can't do that, hypergamy kicks in.
Yep.
I'm going to go find the next guy that can. And that's no fault to the women at all, because that is also what they are biologically set up to do. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how it is. So we talk about society making it difficult for men to communicate. Women are part of society. So help make us feel more comfortable in the relationship. And I think if we're able to do that, that we're going to have a lot more opportunities for that open communication that so many women are wanting.
You were just saying, if you aren't okay, we're good, right? I would even go another step to say, if my person said, I'm not okay right now, and this is why, and I'd give him the space to say it, I'd be like, I always thank my partner for sharing how they feel, always, because it means the world to me. And I know how hard it is for men to express those feelings. I always say thank you for telling me, always, because and they usually reciprocate too.
Sure.
It's like the hard things, like, I don't know, that just really kind of struck me.
It was beautifully said.
Yeah.
So when I'm posting this question, and that's the overwhelming answer is communication, why don't you think that when I ask the same question of guys, communication isn't also?
Reframe that. I'm like,
I will pose the same question to guys. Hey, if there's one thing that women could do better in a relationship, what would it be? Almost none of the guys say communication.
They never say communication?
Most of them never say communication, yet there's no denying that there's so many times that guys do not know what their woman is thinking or why they're behaving that way or what they're doing. But guys don't ever say communication.
Because it's a skill.
Yeah.
It's a skill to be heard. It's a skill to recognize. It's a skill to actually do. It's like something you recognize and can perform. It's like communicating well. If you don't, does that make sense?
Yeah. I also think that we're so direct. So Dinah should be home if she's not already.
But
most guys do. Gabriella, where do you want to go eat? Anywhere's fine. Okay, well, how about such and such? No. Okay, well, where do you want to go eat? Oh, I don't know. Just pick a place. This is the type of communication that we get met with. And there's more examples, more funny examples.
Can we skip to something more substantial? Restaurants aren't it?
Well, I mean, there are significant examples of guys not understanding why their women are doing what they're doing, why they behave the way they behave. A lot of times, and maybe this doesn't come across very well in across camera. I think that a lot of times women want men to read their minds.
Absolutely.
So if that is, and that's so common, why don't guys say, women, can you please stop expecting us to read your mind and communicate? Why aren't guys saying communicate? Why does that not bother guys to the point where that's the overwhelming answer?
I think that
either one of you.
I think that men have I think we think we're good at it, to be honest with you. I think a lot of us think we're good at communication. I think a lot of us just are like, how was your day? If she says fine, we expect that okay, great, your day was fine.
You're being honest.
On with the next thing. Like,
so why would somebody say it's fine if it's not? What's the repercussion? Because a guy will say that too. How was your day? It was fine, even if it was bad. We understand the male repercussion. What is the female repercussion? Why is she saying it's fine? Why can't she just say what it is? Why can't she unload? Is she waiting for a better moment? Kind of like waiting for, you got to wait for your dad's or mom's in a good mood before you ask them if you go stay the night somewhere, something like that. Are you waiting for a moment to really say how you're feeling? Like it's coming, but it's not right now.
It's a loaded question.
Why? Okay. Well, yeah. Why would you say fine if you don't really have repercussions for saying what you're really thinking? We're on you.
I'm like, I don't know. Honestly.
Gabriella speaking for all the ladies out here.
I can't because I know I'm not like all women. I'm really not. I hold a different sense of security and a lot of masculine energy within myself as it is. So I just really try to think about this. Why would we say we're fine? Mm-hmm. And what would the repercussions be?
Yeah.
Because maybe we don't want to deal with it that day. You never know.
That's.
It could be.
That's kind of what guys often do.
Really,
as well.
Be simple as that. Mm-hmm. Or here's the thing. Here's a big mirror. We're avoiding ourselves more or less because we're avoiding the issues that we're having in the relationship to begin with. So we don't even want
almost an accountability thing.
So
like we're trying to
we don't even want to dig it up.
Too?
It's not tonight. Like this is a lot.
Okay.
Like I don't want to go into this with you right now because if I do, it's gonna crack open this whole thing. It's going to lead to this other thing. And I don't feel like being insecure right now.
I love that.
And I don't feel like going to this other place of saying, hey, maybe we aren't right for each other.
I got you.
This is like a whole different, like it's just snowballing, right? It's like.
I love that.
Yeah,
it's snowballing, meaning that there were multiple moments when you thought consciously, that's a thing. Why didn't we bring it up then? If women want communication so badly from men, why aren't they doing it with men? Why aren't they voicing it more? Why does it have to blow up? Because Diana will do this. I know she's gonna hate hearing this. She'll blow up and be like, "Wait, you're mad about something that happened actually 3 weeks ago."
I think it depends on where you are in your relationship.
That's true.
I think it depends on how old you are.
Okay.
I mean, there could be a lot of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
The sex is great. You don't want to move
Which
somewhere.
it is. No.
You're super comfortable with each other. You don't want to deal with looking for anyone else. Like they're good enough for right now, I'm
not talking about terminating a relationship. I'm just talking about like letting things build up.
Like, why do you do it?
If again, I keep holding the accountability standard to the women who want communication, who aren't offering communication in return. Like they're letting so many things build up, and they're just not saying what. Like, why wouldn't they? If I went out like with you guys, I went out with you guys this past Saturday. This didn't happen, but if Diana said, "Yeah, go ahead, go out with your friends," and didn't want me to go out, which we know this routine, we've heard this. Like, oh, I'm going to get it when I get back. But why wouldn't a woman just say, "Hey, I don't really want that." Why not just communicate it clearly?
Insecurity.
Okay. What type of insecurity? Again, there's very little repercussion for women voicing their opinion in a relationship dynamic. It's not the same then. It's not the same as the male repercussion.
It's a scarcity mentality, thinking I can't be with anyone better than this, so I'm not going to say anything to this person because I can't go further than this person.
That's interesting.
I'm not saying that's an absolute. I just say it's something that I've definitely thought of, and it's like definitely something I've done.
So I'm gonna put up with this, or I'm not gonna voice my opinion.
Oh,
I know, Tag, you got some things. I can just see it, man.
Well, I'm just thinking about the fact that I do think that I think we punish them. To be honest with you, I do. Like I think that
for voicing their opinion.
Yeah, okay. I think we do. I think we, and maybe in subtle ways. And I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of time it's closing them off. So I think that women maybe have some experience. Hey, when I tried to be vulnerable and have that communication, men who for whatever reason didn't do that, like they put up a boundary and said, okay, like now there's going to be a tension. Like even if it's not a enforced boundary or a spoken about boundary, like there's a tension now when this thing comes up. and you wanted to talk about it. I didn't, for whatever reason. And if you pushed me, I'm going to put up a boundary as a punishment for that. So I'm going to acknowledge the fact that, yeah, like we do that. I've done that to people before.
You put up a boundary of accessibility.
Yes. Yeah. Like you want to communicate with me, but I feel like you've pushed me. So now I'm going to cut you off from from other, maybe not other things, but like maybe from other things. Who knows? But I'm gonna put up a boundary now, and that's a punishment for you for you pushing too much. You giving me a hard time too many times about going out with my men, because I've never met a woman who, if she doesn't like you going out with the boys, she probably did give you a hard time about it 2 years ago, or 6 months ago, or however long. And you put up a boundary about it, and you punished her for it. If you're honest, if you're honest with ourselves, we've punished you for it. And now if you do it again, I'm putting that emotional boundary up.
I can see that. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, okay, I've gotten this a lot, and I'm just gonna say, I hate this so much. You're too much.
You're too much.
Go find more.
I'm like, go find
less.
less.
Yeah, go find less.
Go find less.
You're too much. Your feelings are too much. You're too bold. You're too outspoken. You're too masculine. You're too whatever. That's that shit that just limits all of it. Well, not all women. It's just personal for me, to the point where I feel like I can't express my feelings. I can't fully say what I want for the most part. And I wouldn't say it's current, but it's been a theme ongoing. And what that boils down to is hey, you aren't allowed to be who you are.
Okay.
You're not. Unless you fit this tiny little role that we put on women, which also there's a tiny little role that we put on men as well. I'm not saying that we don't. It is abysmal. But it's hey, you don't fit this cute little, I wear all pink little box, and you are loud, and we don't like it. And if we don't like it, you can't tell me how you feel, because if you do, I'm going to shut your ass down and make you small again.
Ooh.
Oh, that's where we belong. Yeah. Small, subdued,
quiet,
demure. Hi, I'm a cow. Basically just hanging out.
Yeah.
So, but that isn't everyone, and I know this is very stereotypical. It's not true for everyone. But if we're talking about the masses, yeah, especially the South, it's a whole different ballgame.
So then this sounds like it's a team effort in making an environment safe. And how do we do that? Men and women, how can we make a communication space safe so we're able to do that without repercussions?
I want to say it starts up front if you can.
Sure.
Absolutely, as soon as possible. Hey, you are allowed to talk to me about anything.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. We're going to let this go by. It'll just ruin what you're saying, and it gets bad.
10 seconds later.
When I first met Diana, she was 22, 23. She hadn't had a whole lot of relationship experience, and that was apparent in the way that we communicated. She had some examples of what relationship communication is supposed to look like, and it was a little feisty. I was like, hey...
Define feisty.
There's a little Latina there.
Feisty is a little...
It's a little feisty. Little feisty, I'll say that. It was not what I wanted. So I said, this is basically how this conversation went a couple of different times. Hey, I love your passion, and I understand the emotion in what you're trying to express, but this is my communication standard. It has to be this way. And understand that I love you and I respect you. You can say anything that you want, but it has to come under these types of circumstances. It has to be like this. Otherwise, I can't receive what you're saying. And that's how I created that space. Our communication is flawless. We rarely have any type of miscommunication. Very rarely. We also have an understanding that if something is bothering one another, you can say that. You don't have to hide something. There was a post God, I made this. Somebody had sent me an anonymous advice request, and it was somebody who had gone to therapy with their husband, having been married for 22 years, and he said in therapy, I didn't like your cooking. Haven't liked it for 22 years. And everybody's like, dump his ass, get rid of that dude, get him out of here, blah, 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 blah. And without getting too deep, like obviously like, hey, why didn't you ever communicate that? Why didn't you ever say, hey, I don't like, maybe we could work on that. Why let it go for 22 years? I don't really think the cooking was even the issue.
No.
But can you imagine
Yeah.
going 22 years
No.
not liking something as important as the food you're eating?
Yeah.
So this is extremely rare. Diana's an amazing cook. But on the off chance that something's not really good, I'm very honest. Like, everything was great, but the fish was a little overcooked. I do not fear repercussion. I do not think she's going to like curl up in this ball and start crying. We're very honest. If I do something I mess up, she calls it out. And there's no judgment. And it's beautiful. I can say what I need. She can say what she wants. And there's no judgment. I'm not saying that I'm going to love everything she says that's critiqued, but it's a safe space. And she knows that. And that's something that was intentionally set up because I didn't have something like that in my last marriage. So yes, setting that up very early on, agreeing about what your communication style is going to be is also extremely important. And just constantly promoting that environment. Men and women need to do that. But the fact that I saw so many women say communication, not men, was just, it was kind of weird to me. Why women would put that so high on their priority list, and it's nowhere to be seen for men. That's just so strange. I just don't.
I think it's because we're always really keen to address things with each other, with ourselves, like, because we're taught that, right? And it's really frustrating to not have that with our partners, you know, the person you spend the most time with in your life.
Sure.
And it's really it comes from a really loving place. It's like, hey, just tell me what you need.
Sure.
How are you feeling? Like, can I help?
Is there also this, like, especially in the beginning, men, again, they do process a lot internally. Most of our thoughts, like, Tag is thinking so much right now. I can just tell. I can just tell, even while she was talking, like, I just wanted to say so much. Women early on want the men to say what they're thinking. They want to know. They want that mystery gone. They want to know in the intention. That's like the second thing that I notice is women say, I want to know their intentions up front. Why can't they just say what they want up front? You don't want to hear what we want up front. Most of the time you don't. You're not ready. You're not emotionally, you're not mentally, you're not mature enough to hear this. Or we haven't even processed it that far.
Why?
Why what?
Like, no, what is so terrifying at that, like, the intentions up front that women don't want to hear? Is it too direct? Is it too aggressive?
It is. It's both. And it's supposed to be a negotiation. It's supposed to be almost a dance. A guy does not ask a woman out because he wants to have a conversation. Let's be 100% honest.
Fair.
So the
That's
fact
fair.
that the sexual tension is there, and that's what a man is, not saying that's all he wants. That's not at all what I'm saying. But that is a heavy motivator, and we need to acknowledge that. And that is constantly on the table. But we're not supposed to look at it. We're not supposed to look at it. But if I said, look at it, that's what I want, you're going to be like, ew, gross.
Women aren't supposed to look at it either, apparently.
I know, so
and
we dance around it. And that's supposed to be fun, and that's supposed to be connecting, and that's supposed to be bonding, and that's supposed to be what courting's like, and you're supposed to anticipate it, but you're not supposed to look at it. You're not.
You're not supposed to,
You're not supposed to say.
Are you saying society tells us we're not supposed to, or we're literally
Yes.
not supposed to?
Yeah, society.
Oh, yeah, I was
society.
like,
Society.
I don't agree with any of this.
Yeah, society. Society. Oh, I
Hi,
agree.
am I the guy?
Yeah.
Well, I think
Great.
there is a. I mean, part of my apprehension when a woman asks me that question, part of my apprehension is like it might be different after this date. Like my intention, and like you said, like every woman I've gone out with, the first date was about attraction.
Sure.
That was it. Like, it was about attraction.
As it should be.
Yeah, that's all we have.
Yes, it
Right?
should be.
So it was
let's
about
acknowledge
attraction.
that. That's the
So
thing
that's
that we're
okay.
not supposed to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
I say it.
Sure.
We say it too.
Sure.
Well,
No, you
I
can say you look nice, blah, blah,
definitely
blah.
say it and think
The only
it.
reason I asked you out is because you had a fat ass. That's not what you're supposed to say.
No.
That's not what you're supposed to say. You can
Yeah.
say something maybe more attractive, like,
Which-
the room stopped when I saw you. That's pretty.
Yeah.
But you're still dancing around this thing.
These are
You're
all
still
qualifying
Yeah.
like attributes of a person.
Sure.
Like that's the qualifier. I looked at you.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yes. We said something meaningful. Great. We're going
Sure.
on a date.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
we do that too, though. I 100% do
Of
that.
course.
Like to the I don't know.
course.
Like yeah.
Women definitely do that. That's also something that most women aren't supposed to communicate.
Oh, we're not supposed to.
You're
but
not
I am
supposed
not.
to. Women aren't supposed
It
to.
would be so much
Women
more,
aren't supposed to
It would
like
be so much
sex.
more helpful if you guys did.
I mean, I need to teach a class.
It really
apparently.
would.
It would be, but there's that mystery.
Yeah.
Like, are they really feeling us? Are they really interested in what I'm saying, or are they just interested in my body? Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really like the idea of the latter.
And here's the thing: is like we're all seeking clarity.
Yeah.
What'd you just say? It'd be really nice if the ladies would just say what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what they're interested in, but they can't do that. And men can't and shouldn't do that either.
Yeah.
It takes all of the romance out. The mystery is what's supposed to be there. That's what makes it
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
Because if you
absolutely.
just put it all out there, it's not fun.
It's not fun.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
But getting back to what we were talking about before, which I can't remember how you framed the question, but it really brought to mind, I'll be honest with you, the place that and I've done a lot of stuff for communication. We were talking briefly, like there's a great book and courses out there you can take on nonviolent communication that cover a lot of this stuff that's really helpful.
I'm like so excited about this one.
But I'll tell you, like one of the places that I learned communicate, like the most beautiful form of communication, is actually in 12-step programs.
Okay.
I'm not an alcoholic, no judgment on people that are, but I was in a 12-step program for codependence, and they're all pretty much similar style. There's a point at which, in every meeting you ever go to, there's a point at which you're allowed to share how you're doing. So if you're an alcoholic, you share how your struggle is, like what's the thing pushing me into want to drink, or to cope by getting drunk. And so you get up and you share your thing, and it's usually deep shit. Like it's hard stuff.
Oh, I believe it.
Like it's not like it is not the stuff that you want anybody to know ever. And the only response that people are allowed to have
Thank you
is
for sharing.
thanks for sharing. We're glad you're here.
Yikes.
And
Thank
that's
you for sharing,
it.
Tag.
Like no advice, no anything.
That's cold.
No. It's beautiful.
It's wonderful.
You like that?
It
Thanks
is
for sharing?
the
It's
most
wonderful.
freeing
Really?
because
Yeah.
because the reason we're not sharing is because we're afraid of how you're gonna respond.
Sure.
That's it. Period. Like I'm not gonna share my feelings with you because I'm afraid you're gonna, because of my insecurities, like you're gonna dislike me, you're gonna leave me, you're gonna abandon me, you're gonna reject me. Like that's the
Okay,
only
no,
reason.
I understand. Okay, I thought.
So if I know,
got you.
if I know that
no,
you're-
that is beautiful. Okay,
If
I
I
got
know that
you.
your
I got
only
you.
response is gonna be thank you for sharing, and then in a lot of them they say I'm glad you're here, like basically
Yes.
like just
Yes.
affirming the fact
Okay.
that like I heard you, that was a gift to me, and that's it. Like that's it. Like there's no response. So in fact, a lot of times when I share with like partners now, I literally will say, hey, I'm gonna tell you something. It's really important to me that you don't respond. Like you can respond tomorrow or like whatever, but like I needed to say this, and I'm not I don't feel safe enough to be able to say it's not your fault. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe enough to be able to share this, knowing that you might come back at me. So I need you to just not respond.
This is what an emotionally mature man looks like right here. That is so beautiful.
It didn't,
And
it
that
wasn't
didn't
easy
come
to get to.
effortlessly either, right?
Fuck no. Hundreds of hours of therapy.
Yeah.
I'm so
Thousands
on
of
the
pages,
same page.
yeah.
Same page.
love
Like
that.
I've been in ACA meetings and it's the same thing, and it's
ACA meetings. Go to them. Everybody needs it.
incredible.
Yep.
St. Paul's Episcopal Church
Yep.
at 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's been one of the most liberating, nourishing experiences of my life. It is more important than any therapy session I've ever done, and it's free and it's amazing.
And
But
it's free.
it's the communication, it's the allowance, and just to be in a room with all of these people who are totally different than me, different age groups, demographics, backgrounds, everything. And I can go in there and talk about how I've been feeling. I can talk about my relationship. I can talk about alcohol. I can talk about whatever. And the beauty of it is, basically, behind the meaning of what they're actually saying is, we accept you.
Yep.
You belong here. It's okay. And we love you.
That is beautiful. And there's an air of empathy.
Yeah. If we could just translate that to communicating, again, like with our partners,
Sure.
and allowing the same platform on both sides, I think that's it. That's the key. Like, hey, I accept you. It's okay. I love you. And that's it. Like, say what you need to. And if I can do something about it, great.
I think that the empathy thing is really big. Not thinking that your partner understands where you're coming from, why you're having any type of negative thoughts or feelings is a huge blocker in being able to communicate clearly and freely. If I didn't think Diana knew the stress I was under, that would be like a hell on earth.
Yep.
It really would be.
That's what most people go through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most men go through
it's
it,
exactly what I went through for 10 years in my last marriage.
Yeah.
And no fault of her, she couldn't, or at least she couldn't communicate that she could. And so I really just felt alone. And every day feeling alone in a relationship, it's pretty rough. So feeling like I couldn't communicate for nearly 10 years was so lonely. It was so isolating. And I don't even want to talk about the state of mind that I was in at that time, because we're wrapping this podcast up. But it was not a healthy one. Not feeling like you can communicate with the person who you're supposed to spend your life with, and you can't even communicate what your life is like. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. That's about the best way I can put that.
Yeah.
And in my current marriage, I wanted to make sure there was always open communication. So whatever I want to share with her, I'm able to, and it's free of judgment and fear that she will see me in a way that's, how do you say, unattractive. Yep. Because being able to be vulnerable, yes.
Say that louder.
Being able to be vulnerable is attractive.
It's very attractive.
It is very attractive. You just have to know that the space you're in is going to allow you to do that.
Yes.
And just most men don't feel that.
No.
They just don't. So, ladies, really think about that when you're saying communication is what you want. Do everything you possibly can to understand how that environment needs to be made, nurtured, grown, and it's a constant nurturing. It's not just one time you set something up, you say this, hey, you can always talk to me. It's like, you really need to show that they can talk to you, because just hearing, hey, talk to me about anything, that's probably not going to do it. It's really, really not, because you're almost having to reprogram somebody who's got 20, 30, 40 years of societal programming telling them, do not say what you're thinking. Do not express yourself. These are the repercussions. This is how people will view you. You will be weak. You will be inept. You won't get the things in life that you want. So if you want him to communicate freely, clearly, beautifully, openly, create that space that they feel confident to be able to do that. And I think that a lot of relationships will really, really benefit from that. I really do. I really do.
I would add to that and say, if you know your partner's love language, incorporate that in that.
Of course.
Like, if they need their hand touch, their leg touch, or just you wrapped around if physical touch is it, or if they need a note, or if they need a gift. Like, I think that's super important too, the delivery. I think verbal immediate is great, but also reinforcement with their love language is
100%.
awesome.
What are you about to say?
It helps.
No, I think that like if men would become more comfortable with this sentence coming out of their mouth, like life would get a lot better for them. Like if men could actually say, hey, I just need you to hold me for a little while. Like that's all I need. Like I just need you to hold me for a little while. because that feels, I mean, that's very vulnerable for a man to say.
Yeah.
But like that is, because that fucking need that.
Yep.
Like that's not a, and I'm telling you, very few men are like strong enough in their manhood to be able to say, hey, I need to be vulnerable right now, and I need you to protect me physically. Like I need you to hold me.
It makes me cry. I'm kind of tearing up, honestly.
Yep. And most men don't feel that
Absolutely.
sense of security in their relationship. So when Diane and I are in bed and we put a movie on or something, and I'm feeling that, I don't usually say that I have, but I'll just like slide down a little bit and I'll put my head on her and she'll rub my head. And I was like, I needed that.
Yep.
And I just know that she feels my day, my stress, my things, whatever it is I'm going through.
Yeah. For just 10 minutes. Like I need to not like.
Yep.
I need to not have to run the world. Like 10 minutes. Like.
That hit me hard, honestly. Hey, hold
stuff.
me. Like, wow. Yeah. I love that.
And I'm telling you, all of your women want to.
I can't speak for everyone, but that is one of the most delicious sentences I've ever heard ever. I'm like, yes, I would love to. Please lay right here. I've got you.
Yeah.
I'll put on some music. You want to chill? Like, yeah. It's very special.
It really is. It really is. Well, I think that's going to about wrap up today's episode. If you guys have enjoyed this, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to Brock Olson, the dating expert. This is Dating Today, a conversation about modern dating issues. Gabriella, Tag, thank you both for joining us on this conversation. I think everybody got a lot of added value having your guys' input and your opinions and thoughts. Thank you so much. It was very beautiful, everything you guys said. And tell everybody goodbye. That's it. See you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Add it up.